Hello again, and you are welcome to this part 2 of Chakra UI and Python backend based series. In this tutorial, we are going to cover the building of Chakra UI based frontend, which has routes built into. So let's get started. The code used in this second part of the tutorial will be stored in this Chakra UI frontend folder. Currently, there is no code in this folder. So first, we are going to create the code locally in my local repo. And after, when the code is ready, we will push this code to the GitHub public code repo, and then it will be available in this Chakra UI frontend folder for anyone to follow up the tutorial. So let's go back to my local machine and start building the Chakra UI frontend code. Before I go and write code, I wanted you to understand that I already have created a good series of tutorial for those who want to learn the Chakra UI in really deep details. And that tutorials series is also available in the same code base public code in the folder named Chakra UI tutorials. Everything starts from this base demo, then I try to teach more about it. Then in the third tutorial, I show how to add layouts, and finally how to add routes. As time will go, I will be adding more and more tutorials here, and they all going to be available in this Chakra UI tutorials. For each tutorial, I have also created the YouTube video, and that playlist is also available. So Chakra UI Be the Master is my playlist, which will be available in this video information. So you could take a look. Here are all those tutorials available, so you can follow them. And I will be using the content from this number 4 tutorial, where how to add routes and folder structure to your React based web application. So it has everything in it. So this code project is going to have a full Chakra UI based code which has routes and folder already built into. So number 4, route. So let's take a look into the code. This is the routes. Here is the code, empty code, where before I started working on this tutorial, and when my tutorial was completed, the code is here. So this is the data analytics demo final code. So this code I will be using in this core UI front-end code here. So this code will be pulled into Chakra UI back front-end code is the public code local repo. Here is the Chakra UI tutorials. So as you could see here, there is the routes folder. As you can see here, this is the final folder. So this is the folder which we are interested into, public and src, and this is the place where the Python and Chakra UI code is here. So here is the core UI front end. So we need to move this package.json and public and src. These two folders and one file is needed. So from here, we need to go cp data analytics demo final and package.json, and we are copying that. Then after, we need to copy, so we need recursive, that is copied here. If you look into here, so we have src and package.json. So we need to have one more public, that is here. So all these 3 folders and file is available here. Now we already have package.json, so we need to do npm install node modules is created. So this code is almost ready. Now npm start. Chakra UI is starting. And here, depending on this demo and the code here, as you could see, we could take a look at different paths here. One of the path was data, and this is a data path, index, and I do believe home. And these are the home index, or if you try to give any path, if that path is not accessible, it will go back to index. So this code is working. So Chakra UI code is working. That code is taking from here. So one more time, if you are interested to know anything and everything about this code, please visit these tutorials, and the number 4 tutorial is going to be very helpful for you to see how we added this path. So this code will be used as base code for us. And finally, we are going to push that code from my local machine to here. Before we try to push that code, let's open the Visual Studio Code and review the code which we have just copied here. Here, new Visual Studio Code window is opening. We are going to open a folder, so we can select, we need to open a folder, and in the public code Python Chakra UI, we are going to select the core UI frontend. And this is the code which we have just moved from a different repo to here. And here you can see that different pages, implementations, containers are all added. And here in this routes folder, the routes such as index and data is added here. So this is the code which will be the base code for us in the part 3 of this tutorial, where we are going to connect this code with the Python and Flask based backend which we have created in part 1 of this tutorial. So let's push this code to our GitHub repo related with this tutorial. We can do git status. As you could see here, that node module is really, so these two, we don't really need to push these two path, so we need to update it, ignore, insert package lock dot json. As you could see here, that git ignore is updated, but package lock is no longer available here. Now we need to have this node modules. There is a typo. We need to make sure it's a node underscore modules. As you can see here, that all the files which we do not want to push are added properly. So we say git add git commit Python Chakra UI demo front end code is added. We have pushed the code. After the code is pushed from my local repo to this public code repo, let's take a quick look. Code must have arrived at Chakra UI frontend folder. Here is the src folder. Within the components folder, we have these containers, pages, routes, and implementations. We have added these routes. As you have seen, that data and index route is added, and after that those routes are implemented in this implementation folder. The index route implementation here, and the data route implementation is in this data home ex page. This page will be used to connect back with Python based backend, and then the data received from the RESTful API will be rendered in this page. And that will be the part 3 of this tutorial. So we have completed 2 parts now. In this part 2, we have created the Chakra UI based front end, which has routes, folders built into so that we could access any specific page using its own route. In this example, we have created index or home and data page route. In the next part 3 and the last tutorial, we are going to write code side by side in both Python based backend and Chakra UI based front end. So that's all in this tutorial, and I will be seeing you in the next and the last part 3 tutorial of this series. That's all, my friends. If you have enjoyed our content, please like it, share it, subscribe it. And finally, please remember, be good and do good. Thank you.